Hi, and welcome to video number 2 of the EOCT series. Now we're going to look at SSEF1b. This is define and give examples of productive resources. Productive resources are also known as the factors of production. And productive resources and factors of production are two ways of saying the things that help you make your product. So if you had a restaurant, it would be the things that help you make your food. If you're in a service industry, say haircutting, it would be the things that help you give haircuts. If you're in an industry that mines materials, it will be the things that help you get those materials out of the ground. So giving examples of productive resources, there are 4 types. So see if you can name the 4 types right quick. I'll pause. Hopefully you named land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship are the 4 productive resources, and that is typically the way they are listed. However, I use the acronym CEL for capital, entrepreneurship, land, and labor to help me remember the 4 things and how they go together. Either way, let's see if you can name some. So for land, if we're talking about a restaurant, we would have a building would be an example. Also, natural resources can be a part of that. So say you had a farm, your stream might be a part of it, or any oil that you might find on your land would be a natural resource that you could use. So factors of production are land, sometimes the building on the land, so improvements to the land, or natural resources. Labor would be your waiter, your manager, anyone that's not the owner of the business would be considered labor. Capital are the things that help you make your product. So in a restaurant, plates, oven, or any loans that you might have taken out to help you. So you can have physical capital like plates and ovens. You can have financial capital. And sometimes along with labor and entrepreneurship, you talk about human capital or the training it might require for your employees to have. Finally, there's entrepreneurship. That is, of course, the owner of the business and any sort of advertising that the business might do. So things that help increase your profits and bring in more money for your business. Next, you would need to know the types of payments for each of these types of productive resources. And the payment for land is rent. The payment for labor, wages. The payment for capital, we typically look at financial capital here, and so it would be interest. So the payment for your loan would be interest. And the payment for entrepreneurship would be profit. So after you pay all of the above payments, interest, wages, and rent, you have your profit remaining, and that's what your entrepreneur would take. These are the 4 productive resources. The sort of questions you might have here are saying that someone started a business and hired some workers. What productive resource are they taking advantage of? And the answer would be labor. Another question that I've seen often asked is advertising for a business. Which productive resource is this? And of course, that's a little trickier. You need to identify it as entrepreneurship because it's trying to increase profits. Capital for a business also is important because you need to differentiate that from your product. So again, if it was a restaurant, the steak that you served on your menu is your product. The capital is what helped you get that product on the plate in front of the customer into the customer's tummy. So napkins, forks, knives, lighting, anything like that would be capital. And then there are the questions for the different payments. And often I see a question like the payments for land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship are which of the following in order. So you would need to know these and be able to match them up with the correct payments. So those are the sort of questions that you need to prepare yourself for. Best of luck and hope this helps.